once again.
Hello again, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's, and here we've got a full-size Range Rover Vogue. It's got engine management light on and a few others. So let's get inside, start it up, let's see what we're faced with. So we've got engine management light, that red triangle mark there, and restricted performance. So he's had this at another garage, and they've tried to do a DPF regen and a clean, but he said within 5 miles of leaving where it's been to, the fault has come back, and they've tried again to repair it, but would fail. So he's come here and he's asked me to have a look at it. So I'm currently just outside a service station here, and this guy has driven, I think, around about 150 miles away to come down to me from Berkshire, somewhere around there, and so he's hoping that I can sort it out for him. So just going to run an auto scan
just to show you
on the diagnostics. We're only looking at the engine module here, so
and they
we'll go in here and see what it says. Okay, so we've got the invalid data from the gateway. Fan control diesel particulate filter is too high, and we've got a DPF pressure sensor intermittent circuit performance. So maybe a dodgy DPF pressure sensor. So we're going to clear those, clear them off. Invalid data staying there. We're going to go into the live data. We're just going to look for the DPF related sensors here, and then we'll move them up to the top. Okay, so we moved all of these items up to the top here, and you can see it hasn't done a regen in 59,000 miles, so well, or so it's saying there, and the DPF differential pressure sensor is on minus 11.89. So when we start the car up, just started it up there now, that's not moving, and if we accelerate, so we're not getting any movement there from that sensor. So we're gonna try and test the sensor. I think maybe it needs replacing. So what we're going to use here is a MIDI vac, and we're going to connect this up to the pressure sensor. What we're doing here is connecting it up to the sensor, onto the hose here, and we're building the pressure up, and we're going to go and see if the readings are changing from inside on the diagnostics. We've got that MIDI vac there just connected up to the sensor just up there, and we can see from up here that there's no change in the pressure from the differential pressure sensor on the DPF there. So that's the DPF pressure sensor basically. We're not getting any readings from it. So there's either an electrical issue or we have just got a dodgy sensor. So I think we're going to try and take out that sensor. Okay, so here we're back, and we have a new sensor. Check your Land Rover apart there. Here's the engine that we're looking at. I believe it's the 3 litre TD6. Here we've got the pipes disconnected, and with the pipes disconnected, when we squeeze on it, it's not building up any pressure, so we know the pipes are not blocked. Just going to flush out the DPF with some cleaning fluid. Let's get that pumped in there, and we've just got that connected up to the DPF, just like that.
That there, the piles I thought it'd be.
Yeah. New
£100 for a poxy little sensor.
New DPF pressure sensor in.
Hey?
And we're getting some readings. Getting it moving. So that's just some of the stuff coming out the rear end. 34.8 grams there.
3,000 again.
Yeah, 3,000 revs. And we're just taking it for a test drive. This did have 35 grams on it before I put the flush through. And we just dropped down to 4 now, and it should be dropping down even more. Who said at the Land Rover dealership?
Specialist mate I used. Said it's you would have thought he must know how to fucking clean them.
Yeah. And that is it. We have a happy customer. Job's all done. So it's just got dark pretty quickly outside there, and you could probably hear the customer talking a little bit over the videos. But he was basically saying that he had the Range Rover here at a Range Rover specialist, and apparently, but they didn't mention anything about the pressure sensor. They just told him it needed a new DPF, and it was going to cost about 2.5 grand-ish or something like that. And that's why he's then brought it down to me. I mean, and the whole reason about bringing it as well was, even though they said it needed a new DPF, with the COVID and all of that going on at the minute, they said it's going to be, you know, it could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 months until they can actually get the replacement DPF. So they wanted to just leave the car sitting there in the garage until then. But obviously, doing some diagnostics and looking at what's going on, we fixed the problem here within an hour, just over an hour on the roadside. Obviously we had to go and get the part, so it maybe took 2 hours all in. But that's it, job's done. He's nice and happy. He's on his way back to Berkshire, and he's going to be driving the car back abroad because he's a hotel owner. So he's got to do a couple of thousand miles this week in it. So that's all it. See you in our next video.